Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in Murray State Women's Basketball, joined in the CFSB Center today by Coach Rob Cross. Now Coach, we're going to go a little bit back. We got a few games to get to today, and first off, Eastern Illinois against Murray State. We get that win 83-74.
Yeah, the first game of this stretch we have of 5 games in 10 days, and Sabina Oresvova really did a number on us up there with 26 points and 15 rebounds, and our focus was to take her away there, so we really concentrated on playing one of our zone defenses and basically wanted to make sure she didn't get many touches inside. I'm very proud of the effort of the team. At halftime she only had 2 field goal attempts and both were 3-pointers, and we held her under double digits, and that may be one of the only times this season that she was held under double digits, and our defensive intensity and focus contributed to the win without question. We controlled the paint in that game against a team that dominated us at their place in the paint. So very proud of the effort of our entire team defensively.
Yeah, Oresova, she fouls out of the game, and you guys do a good job of also keep pounding it in the paint, and as well, Jordan Crunk also had 20 points for them. Yeah,
Jordan's a senior that is trying to get her team into the tournament, and did a nice job shooting the ball, but it's one of those deals where we had to take away their strength, and that was our focal point, was to take away Sabina, and we did an outstanding job.
Yeah, and as far as our strengths, 5 players scored in double digits.
Right, it was a great game. Natanya Jackson really stepped in, came off the bench, gave us great minutes in that game, and really has been playing well in practice the last several weeks, and finally seeing the fruits of those efforts come to fruition during the game.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the box score. Looking in the paint, Murray State had 22 points in the paint, and you were talking about the absence of Oresova and how we took her out in the game.
Yeah, it was, we went inside. We really focused on getting the ball inside on offense, taking away the paint for them defensively, and getting the ball into the paint for us on offense. We knew they were going to try to cover our 3-point shooters, and Bianca Babich was able to hit 5, and Taylor Porter and Nakia Ingham knocked down a couple, and was able to stretch their defense out, and then we were able to go inside to Jessica Winfrey, Natanya Jackson, and we were also able to get into the paint off the dribble drive.
And another thing, looking at bench points, we are playing with a short bench, but still had 15 points off the bench, and the EIU only 24.
Right, and we have a limited bench right now, and Natanya Jackson has really stepped up and given us good minutes. I'm hoping that Jashay Lee can get back on track and start putting the ball in the basket a little bit for us. She was doing really well earlier in the year, and she struggled as of late, and we really need her playing well down the stretch.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the highlights. Yeah, Coach, right here we're talking about getting it in the paint against Oresova, and right here Jessica Winfrey gets it to go.
Yeah, Jess is playing like a senior, averaging a double-double on the season, and really focused right now as she tries to will her team into the conference tournament.
Yeah, and then Jashay Lee gets a big board, goes back up, puts it up. You're talking about her getting back into motion.
Yeah, and that's what we need from her. We need her to rebound, and we need her to put the ball in the basket.
And one more thing right here, we'll look at this again. Murray State still going in the paint, working it hard with Jessica Winfrey.
Really felt like we could go inside and attack them, especially once we got Sabina in a little bit of foul trouble, and she really didn't want to foul. Here you see Winfrey taking it off the dribble, and that was our advantage, to face up and attack them.
Yeah, Coach, now we'll take a look at SIUE. Murray State falls 73-61, and it was a really physical game.
Yeah, it was. It was our second game in this stretch, and I really felt like we were fatigued mentally and physically at the beginning of the game. And SIUE came out extremely physical game. The referees let both teams play a physical style of basketball, one we really haven't seen all season with the new rules. But it affected us. We got out of sorts mentally, and really struggled in the first half, get down as much as 20 plus, and cut it to 19 at the half, and was really concerned with how we were playing. It looked like a completely different team than we saw against Eastern Illinois than a couple of nights before.
Yeah, SIUE, Decker had 20 points, and that was a big night for her.
Yeah, she stepped out and knocked down a 3, hadn't hit a 3 in her career, made a lot of long-range jump shots, and was a big factor for them in the game. And really they dominated us on the glass, and that was the difference in the ball game. The previous game against Eastern Illinois, we got to the free throw line 36 times. In this game, we got there 20 times, and we were not aggressive enough and physical enough. Now, we were able to flip that over in the second half, and we did play a physical basketball game, and played aggressively, and you know, we gave tremendous effort in the second half. We just never could quite get over the hump and get it down to that 7 or 8 point range where we would, you know, tighten them up a little bit and have a chance to win the basketball game and end up losing by 12.
Yeah, talking about effort, Natanya Jackson, 14 rebounds and 9 points.
Yeah, gave us good minutes. The way they allowed the game to be physical suited her, and you know, gave us great minutes, especially on the boards as we were struggling to rebound against them.
All right, Coach, now we'll take a look at the box score. Yeah, Coach, points off of turnovers, SIUE had 18, Murray State 14.
Yeah, and that's, you know, our turnovers, we didn't have a tremendous amount of turnovers in this game, only 13. Which is pretty good against them for most teams, but for us, you know, being in the top 5 in the nation in fewest turnovers per game and our margin for error being so slim right now, we really needed to keep that down. And the big part of that was we turned it over 10 times early in the game, and several of our turnovers led to layups for them.
Yeah, talk about a slow first half. Murray State only shot 10 of 30 in the first half. Well, actually, also in the second half, only 33%, but still in the first half, though, really slow.
Right, we just struggled making shots, so the physicality of the game, really, we let it affect us.
Now let's take a look at the SEMO game, Coach. Murray State wins that game. A big win for us. We're still in the playoff hunt, 66-55.
Yeah, keeping hope alive for the tournament, and you know, we're focused on just getting better one day at a time and taking each game one possession at a time. We talk a lot about playing present and staying in the moment, and that's our primary focus. If we stay process-oriented, the results will take care of themselves.
Yeah, last night on the radio, we were talking about a big night for the defense, and no players for SEMO scored in the double digits.
Right, very, very proud of the response coming back. Our third game in 5 days, and our young team coming back defensively, being locked in from the beginning of the game. Very, very few defensive mental mistakes. Just really proud of the effort.
And talk about a player that was dialed in. Taylor Porter had 25 points, and Coach, Taylor was dialed in last night.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You know, a career high for her, 25 points. That's the player she's capable of being. We saw it a lot in practice so far this season, and you know, she's somebody who overthinks things, overanalyzes her game while the game is going on, lingers on mistakes too long throughout the course of the season. And last night, there's not one single time that she lingered on a mistake that she made or something negative that happened to her. She just played the game. She has a very, very good mid-range game that she used last night. She pulled up instead of attacking into people and creating turnovers or charges, and that opened up her three-point shot. And she just played basketball, and when she does that, she's pretty good.
All right, Coach, now we're going to take a quick look at the UTM game coming up on Saturday. Now, Coach, this game against UT Martin is a do-or-die game with big implications for us especially.
Yeah, and it's, you know, and we preach all the time about just staying in the moment and be process-oriented. We have to be focused one possession at a time. We can't worry about it being basically it's a tournament game, just like our last game was and just like the Eastern Illinois game was. We just have to be worried about the process one possession at a time. If we're focused on the end result before we get through the process, then it's probably not going to work out well for us. So I just want us to worry about getting better each possession we play.
All right, for Coach Rob Cross, I'm JT Wiskowski. Thanks for tuning in, Racer fans.